Welcome back, brothers, to yet another special episode here on the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. I really want to, thank all of you brothers for checking up on us today. For those of you who are in the live stream, come on in and like the video. For those watching the replay, come in and like the video. The other day, I did a show with a brother named Watif, who's currently living in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, and he gave his perspective on the situation. But today I have a brother who is in California as we speak. He actually lives in Mexico, in Tijuana, and he comes to California every day. He's been to Brazil. He knew the late great Charles Tyler. He met him at his beach party, and he's going to go ahead and break down some of the similarities and things between both places. And he also has somewhat of like a tourism guide business there. So if you guys are ever in the area, you can contact him. And today we're on with a subscriber, Mr. Aaron Taylor. What's going on, Aaron? You can unmute yourself, bro.
What up, O'Shea? Yeah, I've been listening to you for a while, man, since you started.
Oh man, well, it's good to have you on, man.
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles, as you already know, originally, and I started doing work in politics, signature gathering, where I would go cross country for years. And then I started thinking about, you know what, the lodging is starting to get way too expensive. So I started hearing about people going to Mexico because it's way cheaper. And I started thinking to myself, hey, I could just work in the San Diego area and just live in TJ to make everything easy, because the cost of living is way cheaper. And I had already heard about it as far as Tijuana, like as far as Hungary.
Okay.
So a friend had turned me on to that. So I didn't really dabble into it all that much until I started thinking about living there.
Okay.
You know, so that was basically my stepping stones as far as going to other countries. I hadn't been out of the country before that. And then couple years later, I saw Frustrated, and that made me interested in Brazil. I joined Charles Tyler's group, and I went down to the beach party. I believe the first one I went to was in 2015. That's where I met Kevin Teddy Wetful Tarver. Okay. As you already know him. Mm-hmm. And another brother named Rodario. So shortly after that, I started my own event. I told them about the similarities between Brazil and Mexico.
Okay. So before you kind of go on, let me just do this real quick because we want to stay on topic real quick, guys. So let me do this, guys. Shout out to Marcus Left for the $5 super chat. Wake the hell up for the $5 super chat. Let's get it, O'Shea. And Taylor, shout out to the work you're doing, player. And then we had another brother drop $5, Mark Daniel. I'm gonna get right back to the interview, guys. I want to let you know my first channel, O'Shea Duke Jackson, right now it's under some situations I won't disclose right now, but I'll put it on Patreon. So all the content on that is off, right? To never come back again. So I just want to let you guys know that. So the content that we were doing on that channel, it will have to exclusively go to Patreon. I'm making an announcement about that. So for those people who wondering what happened to all of my content, it's completely gone, never to come back to YouTube. So I just want to let everybody know that if you want to get that kind of content, it's going to have to go from now on to Patreon due to some of the situations that happened on our channel on YouTube. So I just want to let everybody know that. Well, let me do this real quick. Aaron, let me kind of go back to you. Because I know we're kind of going on a lot of different things real quick. But let's talk about which place did you go to first? Was it Mexico or Brazil?
It was Mexico. Because a friend had turned me on to going to Mexico. He told me like about the girls that are down there and all of that stuff. And I had, like, when I was a little kid, I heard a little something about what's down there. I think I was watching WrestleMania 6, and Jesse Ventura made this little joke because, as you already know, Jesse was a Navy SEAL. He was stationed in San Diego. And so he did a joke when he was doing commentary in the WWF about Adelitas during the match. And like Gorilla Monsoon said, "Hey, you can't say that. This is like a PG show." So like I had heard bits and parts about famous places there, but I didn't really know what it meant.
Okay.
So until a friend turned me on, yeah.
Okay. So, but where were you? Were you going to Mexico just to visit, or was there a particular reason that you were going down there?
At first, it was just mongering.
Okay.
I was frustrated.
What were you frustrated about?
I was in the business with a friend where we were doing club promotions. So I was at clubs heavy. I just didn't like the vibe of getting at women in the nightclubs because of that stuck upness. You know, it just wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so some of the attitudes. Okay, so it's like some attitudes, right?
I got fed up. I got to the attitudes.
Okay.
You get what you next to impossible if you're a simple dude. So
It's kind of hard to hear you, man.
I need
You're breaking up. 1 second. Can you guys hear him? Because he's breaking up, man. The feedback is lagging. Okay, hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we couldn't hear anything you said in the last minute because the feedback was lagging a little bit. So if you want to repeat that, that'd be great.
All right. Yeah, I got frustrated.
Okay.
So I decided, hey, I want to peep other options.
Okay.
As far as women go. So I started going down there. The friend I was promoting with, he had been to TJ like several times. Him and his brother. So I started going with him, but then he ended up not being able to go all that much because he ended up with a child support case.
Oh,
he ended up getting sperm jacked.
Oh man.
By a butterface. Yeah, he got raped.
Okay.
So yeah, that messed his life up for about 5-6 years. And so I started going down there on my own. And I was already in the petition business cross country. So I started just killing it doing that.
Okay.
And then staying down in TJ. Because you can do it, and you can. It's so cheap to live in Tijuana, Mexico, that even if you got a job at Burger King, you could live like a king in Mexico.
Okay. Let me just do this real quick. Shout out to my man Justin Kudo, the $20 super chat. Happy belated birthday, O'Shea. I'm mad late with it, but you know how niggas be. Much love. Thank you so much, fam. I really appreciate you, brother, for the support, man. I appreciate all you brothers supporting the channel. We're gonna have to change some things around, obviously on the YouTube thing, but for those on Patreon, I will make a video tonight about what's going to be going on from here on out. Let me ask you this, man, because you say you're frustrated, and then I did hear the word monger. Okay, so let's just kind of, we're going to kind of talk about that. Because some American women will say, okay, well, you're frustrated with dealing with American women's attitudes, but you're just going to Mexico to monger, so you're really not serious about having any kind of relationship. So does all he wants is just sex? I mean, like, how do you feel about a woman who may ask you that particular question? Because mongering is a thing that happens in Tijuana, and I mean, do you actually monger when you go down there?
Yeah, some guys just stick to monger. Some guys get a girlfriend and then do it on the side.
Okay.
That's the life down there when you're anywhere, basically in Latin America.
Okay.
So the lifestyle is just different.
Okay. Okay. So for the guys who do go down there and monger, do you think that they're really looking for love, or are they just going to these places to just go and get their rocks off?
It's mainly to get their rocks off. It's for nothing serious.
Okay.
It's just to have that superficial fun.
Okay. Okay. Now let me ask you this: when you first went down to Mexico, were you looking for somewhat of a relationship?
No, it was just superficial fun that I couldn't get in the States.
Okay.
So it was the antidote to that.
Okay. Okay. Uh, let's talk about the experience of, let's just say, superficial fun to keep it YouTube friendly. What was the let's talk about the first time you went through that experience when you went to Mexico. Do you remember what it was like? What was the price? All that stuff.
Yeah, it was way cheaper than if you're looking for that type of thing, like in places like LA, basically anywhere in America. Mexico is definitely a way cheaper route to go when it comes to that type of thing. One thing for sure is there's a difference between a strip club in the United States and a strip club in Mexico.
What's the difference?
Strip club in the United States, you're just gonna get blue balls because pay for play is not legal in the United States, and so that limits you to just paying. You're basically just simping in the nightclub. In Mexico, the laws are different. It's decriminalized. So when you go to one in Mexico, you're paying for the full service legally, and all the girls offer. United States, it ain't like that. You got to figure out which girl which stripper will offer the full service, and then it costs you an arm and a leg. So in Mexico, everything is more standard and regulated, so it's cheaper, way cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to a bar like Adelita's. Okay, you're only gonna come with $80. That's enough. And you got a model. You got your own personal porn star. They don't get much better than that. You got her in the room for like a whole hour.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this, because this is gonna be a fun show, because we always have the trick or to not trick debate, because some dudes saying I'm not paying for no coochie, will never do that, and some dudes are saying that. But let me ask you a question, man, because somebody might say, after listening to what you're saying, about you're frustrated. Somebody will say, well, are you mad because you didn't? The reason why you had to go out of the country to do what you're doing is because you didn't have no game. You don't know how to holler at chicks. What would you say to a person that says that?
I tell them like this: you pay one way or another. There is no such thing as I'm just gonna get them by hollering. You're banned with three currencies: is time, energy, and finance. You're gonna pay with either all three or just one.
Mm-hmm.
And the older cats like me, that got the gray hair, stay out of time. They ain't getting no younger. I'm gonna cut to the chase. I ain't got time to waste. That was owed me back in the 20s and teens that was doing all that. I'm gonna be Mr. Mac Daddy and get all the chicks. Once you find out it's all just a waste of time,
mm-hmm.
You gotta look at, when you get older, you gotta look at time like it's money too.
Right. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 35.
35. Okay, so you old nigga. I'm 37. So old nigga like me. So let me do this. Shout out to the player. Okay, I want to give shout out Mr. Grandeur, $2 super chat. All right, and my brother Troy Walker with the $1.99 super chat. Now listen, I appreciate you brothers. Get the likes up, man. We got 110 people watching. Now y'all know I got a new podcast coming out, Patreon only. Talk about I can't stand niggas, right? So you know what I mean. It's gonna be a good one. I'll be going in on that one. But guys, I really appreciate you guys get the likes up. He's at Starbucks right now, y'all. So that's why it sounds like it sounds. So But let me ask you this: how did the Mexican women treat you? Just, I mean, not the mongers and stuff like that, but how did they treat you in general?
The vibe is a lot more better because in Mexico, black men are novelties.
Okay.
We are a sexual novelty. They don't see us that much down there.
Okay.
So you pretty much get treated like a king. The differences between the United States and Mexico, um, as far as the women go, they don't try to. The attitude ain't all messed up. They don't have that same stank attitude when you talk to them. They'll tell they don't try to play those games with you either, to where you gotta beat around the bush. Get all of that. Yeah, they don't do that. They'll just be straight up with you, straightforward.
Okay.
If she like you, you know it. If she don't like you, you know it. So it's like that in Brazil as well.
Okay.
That's just how it is in the Latin America, a lot of the Latin American countries.
Okay.
Where if that body language, if y'all speak the same body language as far as connecting, you got it.
Okay.
Um, Another thing is, in America, things like child support is more systematic. In Mexico, women don't really think on a level to put you on that. And there's not really a family court system in Mexico.
Okay.
So pretty much as far as a relationship and like making a family work, you're probably better off in Mexico because there's less things systematically that will cause some divide.
Mhm.
So yeah, you ain't got to really worry about issues like child support in Mexico.
Mhm.
And one thing is in the culture is it's pretty much it's what I call knock her up, lock her down. When that's the culture there. The culture down there is just fucking and breathing, fucking and breathing. You knock her up, she's yours forever.
Damn,
Even
like that.
even if you leave, yeah, even if you leave and you get back to Mexico, you got some in-house nine waiting on you.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this, man. Like when you're in Mexico, because in Poland, I talked about my times of. I know you currently living in Mexico right now. Um, do you experience any racism? You know what I mean? Like, any issues? You dating Mexican women or stuff like that. Do you experience any of those situations while living in Mexico?
You might get, every once in a while, one dude who might get jealous because a black dude has a better chance at getting their chicks than them, and they speak the full language than you. So, or language, but you're more of a novelty and so you there's more attraction to. So yeah, there's some cats that might get.
All right, did he freeze up, guys? Okay, let's see here. Yeah, you there, bro? Oh shit! All right, he's frozen. So let's see if maybe he comes back. So again, I just want to say, all my content, and I'll explain it on Patreon. I had to close down the channel, man. So for those of y'all that want to see, oh, he's back. Okay, so before he comes back, I closed down my O'Shea Dick Jackson channel. There's no more content on there. All right. So I'll explain that for those people on Patreon. I'll be uploading daily on Patreon for the next, I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 months. But the only thing you'll probably see from me is like interviews like this on my channels from right now. So he's back. All right. So let me talk to you about this, fam. So when did you decide to go to Brazil after being in Mexico?
That was I was in 2014 when I joined Charles Tyler's group, and then I started saving up money, petitioning and doing working for the free government, one of the free government phone companies. And then in 2015, I went to the one in 2015, November, because it's always in November where you would have it. I went to that one, and I went to the following year's beach party in Brazil.
Okay.
First year, I had plenty of money, but I wanted to budget myself.
Okay.
So what I did was I went to a hostel. Now, when you go to Central Rio, they have a lot of hostels that are affordable.
Okay.
And so I got the entire 10-day stay for about $70, so $7 a day. So that allowed me to spend more money on my nightlife there. And at the hostel that I went to, there was a lot of helpful people that were world travelers, and they were also local Brazilians. So they showed me Lapa and all other places around Brazil, like the different beaches.
Okay.
And helped me with my Portuguese too.
Okay. Let me ask you this real quick, man, because you in LA, right? Because a lot of brothers, I got my Brazilian visa. Shout out to Ghana Dan, I seen him in there. I might be going to Brazil soon, right? I did get my visa, like I said. How much did it cost for a ticket? Let's say, for example, Los Angeles or wherever you were at to Brazil. How much was the ticket?
First year I paid about $750 and some change.
Okay, $750. So $750 US. All right.
Round trip.
Okay, and then round trip, and then you stayed in a hostel. But let me what is it like living in a hostel?
Basically, it's kind of like being at a fraternity, kind of, where they put you in a room with all of these bunks, with a bunch of bunks. But at the one I was in, I was like really the only one there, so I wasn't worried about nobody, stealing my stuff. I had a lock. I put all my luggage and everything in the locker. And they had Wi-Fi, and they had a kitchen. So what I would do is I would go with the locals that were showing me around, and we'd go to the supermarkets there. And I'd buy like noodles or whatever else I wanted to have conveniently and just cook while I'm there.
God, nigga, you was eating ramen noodles on a vacation, nigga?
Not ramen, no.
You had a couple noodles?
Not the cup of noodles.
Nigga, where were you finding noodles at?
They have supermarkets down there.
That nigga
when
went
you
to
went Central? Yeah.
Hold on, nigga. Stop the show, nigga. Nigga, did you fly all the way to motherfucking Brazil to get some? Nigga, I will call the police on your motherfucking ass. Nigga, did you go get some? That nigga flew 3 million miles, stayed at a hostel for $70 for 10 motherfucking days, and then went and bought some noodles. God, Mr. Scrooge, nigga, what? Were they good at least? I need to know, nigga.
It was good food. They got some good food down there.
How much was? You had some water in it too? You had some bottled water in the noodles?
Egg, shrimp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went shopping. I wasn't just getting top ramen noodles. I was getting it wasn't really the top ramen type. Something more fancy than that.
Okay. So okay, so all right, so $70. How much did you ever just go out to dinner to a nice place, nigga, or you was just fuck that I'm in the hostel eating noodles all goddamn day?
No, I went out to eat. I went to pizza places all downtown. They got they got Pizza Hut and Domino's and all of that shit down there. And then they got the more now the Brazilian version of pizza is quite different from what we eat here in America.
Okay.
It ain't like the big dough. It's flat. Yeah, and then like the pepperoni, they don't really have like the pepperoni. It's like just sliced up sausage.
Okay.
It's regular sliced up sausage. And then they don't have jalapenos.
Hold on, I gotta read a comment, man. He said made his own lemonade with water and lemon juice and sugar. Okay, I was doing. So, how much money did you spend on food, man? Because that's some skill. You $750 for the flight. You spent $70 on the hostel. How much money did you spend on the food when you was there?
On the food, I would spend no more than maybe $20-$25 a day on food.
Okay.
If I was eating out.
All right. How long were you there for?
10 days.
That's not bad. So, and how much money did you bring with you?
$1,100.
So you brought $1,100 with you. USD, nigga. Okay. So 320.
Turned into reals.
Okay, now how much? Now you know what the question is. All right, now if anybody want to hear the question, that y'all know where we going, I need you brothers to press 1 because you know we're getting ready to talk about some of that tricking. Now press 1 if you niggas now want to know the race. Because I know you want to know the race, nigga. Go ahead on and press 1, player. They can't stop us from talking about this shit. All right, so you know what I asked you last night. Nigga. How much was you spending to do that?
At BM, $20.
Was he handicapped or something? What was wrong with him, man? He was midgets?
No, that was fun.
Okay, hold on, man. Wait. So hold on. $20. What was you getting with the $20, man?
Man, have you seen like a 2 Live Crew video? But like with it was like darker chicks with nice ass. And then you had some light ones, some morenas, and the pale skin ones, they look nice too.
Okay.
With nice long blonde hair, feather in their ear and shit like that.
Okay.
You won't believe it until you show up.
Okay, let me book my ticket to Brazil tonight. Because if you said $20, okay, all right, hold on, one second, man. Because there's levels to this shit, right? And we want to talk about the levels to this, y'all. And look, listen, man, we want to help you brothers out, man. I'm gonna stop the show real quick. Y'all know I love doing this. I have a lot of fun doing this shit, man. Try to bring brothers all across all walks of life. And some of y'all niggas in here is tricking. Y'all don't wanna admit it. But what up, Aaron? Hey, look, Aaron Ferris, I know a $15 spot. Hey, listen, we're gonna talk about that real quick. So, guys, like the video, support the super chat, man, because it's hard work. You know, they're trying to shut my channels down and shit out here, man. So, hit the like button, hit the super chat button on your brother. So let me do this, Aaron. Let me go to this real quick, brother. I want to know something. How did you find out about this $20 spot?
I did my research online.
Okay.
To figure out where are the main districts in Brazil for this.
Okay.
Then I figured out about BM, and then I saw video footage of it. It's like you in a 2 Live Crew. It's like a 2 Live Crew video when you go up in there, man. Just ass shaking everywhere. It's like it looks kind of like a slum a little bit when you enter there, when you get into that area. So like, if I gotta compare BM to La Zona Norte and TJ, Vila Mimosa makes La Zona Norte look like Beverly Hills. That's how fucked up it looks. But you'll forget about that once you see the girls.
Okay, let me do this real quick, man, because everybody want to know, hey, that you are at Starbucks right now, man. So we want to know, did you buy something? Because we don't want them to walk your motherfucking ass up out of there and call the police on you. Did you buy something first?
Yeah, I bought some shit.
Okay, let me see what you bought. Let me see what you bought. Let me see.
Yeah,
Any
I
evidence?
threw that shit in the trash already.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you. Okay,
Yeah,
so we got
yeah, I
black
threw it
men
in the
going to the
trash.
Starbucks,
Yeah.
buying shit and using the Wi-Fi. That's what I need you niggas to do. Okay, need you niggas to go up in these white folks shit and actually buy some shit, nigga. Don't be up in these motherfuckers. Stop the show, nigga. I'm gonna need you niggas to stop going to people's places and getting arrested and then talk about rape. Go in there and buy it and use all this shit up. Okay, just get some water, nigga. All right, look. So you went into this place, right? Place you said it was shady. Okay, but was you not scared to go up in this motherfucker? I mean, you wasn't like, God damn, they gonna fuck me up. Like, you wasn't nervous?
Nah, because I had already got used to like walking through places that look shady in Mexico. If you could walk through some shady shit in Mexico, you can handle Brazil. Oh man.
So you had some practice doing this shit. Okay. Who took you over to the place, man? Like, who took you to the shady spot?
The shady spot. When I went there the first time during the first trip,
Okay.
there was like a bus that goes there close to downtown. So like for under $1, it'd take you all the way down the street to where the place is. It wasn't far, really, but I didn't want to walk that motherfucker.
All right.
Or you could take an Uber. The Uber driver will know where it's at. So like if you want to take a cab, yeah, then Uber is going to be much cheaper in Rio versus taking the regular traditional cab. They charge too high of a price compared to Uber.
Hold on a second. Shout out to my boy Yardley Moyes. He just came back from, I think, Accra. As that's my brother from Accra, man. He just came back from Ghana. Brother, you need to email me, brother. Love you so much like a play cousin. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Good to see y'all, you motherfucking niggas up in here, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all, I hate y'all, but I love y'all at the same motherfucking time. I'm really serious. I love you niggas to death. Get the likes up in this piece, okay? Let me ask you something, brother. So listen, you're doing your thing. Okay, you get up in there. Now let's kind of go to the currency exchange. What up, Dr. Freelance? Now they don't take the U.S. dollar, and you talked about the difference between negotiating in Mexico versus Brazil. We'll talk about that pretty soon. But so where do you do your conversion at? As far as you know what I'm saying, I need to take my U.S. dollars to get to the real, because it's called real, not real. We call it real, but it's real. Where do you get, the exchange your money at so you can do your business?
It's called Casa de Cambio. Same as in Mexico, they're all called Casa de Cambios. There's some that are downtown nearby where I was staying at, whenever I went down there, and then there's some up and down in the area of Copacabana Beach and Ipanema Beach.
Okay. So
that's pretty much it.
How much money did you exchange at first? I know you had like 1,100. How much money did you exchange as a budget to like, this is my tricking budget?
I would exchange about maybe 50 to 100 a day, depending on what I was planning to do, like go to Crest or Redeemer or whatever, or just hang out with everybody, with Charles and everybody on Copacabana at Mavs. Okay. Now, when you went to Mavs, the food was a little pricey, but not too bad, and it was good food, and they gave you
a lot. Let me ask you this. So when you go into this place for $20, were you by yourself when you went?
First time I went, I was by myself. The second time I went on that same trip, my boys Kevin Teddy and Jay International joined me on that trip, and we took the cab.
Okay. All right. So when you walk in, what's the procedure, man? Tell me if I, and what's the name of the spot? I want to. Do they got a website? Not that I want to look at or nothing. I just want to know they got a website.
Villa Mimosa, no. But type it in, you will see some video footage.
Okay.
Bila. Mimosa.
Okay. All right. We'll look it up. So take me in when you first get into the spot. It's looking shady. What do you do? Walk me through the experience, brother.
It's kind of like a big ass alley, kind of. You'll start walking through, and then what you'll start seeing is a bunch of like little mini bars and clubs and stuff. So like you just walk in. There's like several places you can walk in. There's like a club or two on this side, and then there's clubs on that side.
Right.
And like the girls are just hanging out, people playing pool, dude over here playing like selling kebabs,
Okay.
like different kind of kebabs. So then like you just kind of tour around the place. So it's kind of like a adult Disneyland.
Okay.
So
So
like
then when
yeah,
you get there, like, how do you decide on, what woman that you're gonna like, do your thing with?
usually I'm gonna see quite a few that I like. So then what I'll do is I'll circle around on one. Same thing in TJ.
Okay. Okay. So when you circle around, so how do you make the decision on which one that you want? Because, and how much money in Brazilian money are you gonna be spending?
In Brazilian money, you're spending about 70 reais
Okay.
for her in the room.
Okay. So you have that. So how do you make the decision on this might be snatched right here?
I tell them, I go for sex, which means it's also in Spanish as well. So like when you monitor when you learn how to monitor in Spanish, it's the same thing in Portuguese. Because about 30% of what's in Portuguese is also in Spanish, or at least similar. So once you learn how to do that, yeah, you got them.
Okay. Okay.
Because the numerals are also the same. So once you know your numbers in Spanish, you also sort of know them in Portuguese as well. So she's gonna say 60. I already know the price, and we just go upstairs to the little bungalows they have upstairs from the clubs, one of the mini clubs that are in there, and then we do our thing.
Okay. So do you pay? I mean, 'cause I know some of these brothels are called termas. I did my research. Not that I was gonna do my tricking or nothing like that, but I heard they're like some you pay up front, some you pay, like after you get
Later,
done. Now, shout out to Dr. CG3 in the building. Boy, I tell you, we got some interesting guests in this motherfucker. Y'all get the likes up, man. Y'all know we need to like. Stop the show. 148 of y'all watching, but not enough likes. Now, look, I've been working hard trying to get you niggas these good shows, man. And y'all can't even like the video. Y'all got me out here feeling like a stepchild. I need you, Dick Rose, to appreciate this tricking, planning, budget that we doing for y'all. We saving niggas' lives. Okay. Shit, young geezer about to trick off all that. Yeah. I'll trick your money off if you ever join Patreon with your cheap ass. All right, so listen, guys, get the likes up. You niggas know how we do it. I need to get to 100 of these motherfuckers. We got 87. Okay, the information is free. Jesus paid it all, but you niggas need to put 11 more of these motherfuckers in here for your boy. Okay, like these things. I'll let you. I love appreciate you, black men, in this motherfucker today. Okay, so now you go up there, you do your thing. Now. Oh, shout out to Young Jesus then. She talks so much shit, nigga. I don't know if he's a baby or not. All right. CJ, thank you so much. Let me ask you this. So when you get up there, because some probably gonna argue, $20, these chicks must look like shit. They probably fat,
no,
they got booty bellies, they breath stinking, coochie stinking. I mean, they gotta be whack because you're only paying $20 for this shit. What's your answer to that?
my answer to that, okay, you're in a third world country where that type of thing is illegal. It ain't like in America where it's illegal and a bunch of drug addicts do it. In a third world country where it's legal, it's a woman that's trying to meet an end, make a means to an end. And so that the standards go up on it. On top of that, the cost of living is different. So the value that you're getting with your American dollars is going to be more for less. So in America, that $20 it might get you a crackhead, but when you go to Mexico and Brazil and the DR and Thailand, that $20 is going to get you a very decent looking woman.
Okay. So what's the room look like? Do you take the because you go up to the room. What does she do? You give her the money. Obviously, got to give her the money up front. So you give her the 80 reals. Then what does she do?
Head and then intercourse.
I mean, does she just like? Do you get a lot of good customer service? I mean, I know you end up doing what you're doing, but for that, because $20 is a lot of money. Does she give you like a good experience for that $20?
Oh yeah. Believe it or not,
His eyes got big as fuck.
There's girls that do it for a little bit less in the favelas.
Okay.
You find an 18-year-old favela hoe for like 50 reals.
Damn. Okay.
And she look good in motherfucker too.
All right.
So like,
let me ask you this real quick. Somebody asked, could you speak some little Spanish or something like that, man? Could you got some Spanish for them? I guess they want to know if you can speak Spanish.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, y'all see that? My boy fluent. ¿Cómo estás? It's like, how are you? Something like that. I don't know.
And when you take the girl upstairs,
okay.
That means let's hop in the shower together.
Okay. So now even in the little spots, right? The $20 spots. Now, when you go into the $20 spots, do they have a shower still, or you don't get shit?
At the $20 spot in Mexico, yes, because it's an actual hotel room. At Villa Mimosa, no, because it's like just it's like a little cubicle with a bed.
Okay.
But they just started remodeling them.
Okay.
But no shower, no.
No shower. So damn. Okay. So let me kind of go to some of the little more upscale place right now. I have heard from another one of my partners that knows you that has told me about the world famous Centaurus. Justin Bieber, my man. He got caught up out there buying the cooch. All right, that was big news.
I ain't mad.
And then so we heard about also the 4x4 Quattro e Quattro, which is also a really, really big one. Shout out to JJ. He compliments. When I look at raw Brazilian parties, most of them chicks be looking like aliens. I visited Medellin, Colombia. 4 out of 10 of chicks was dime. Shout out to my brother JJ. $5 super chat, nigga. I appreciate your motherfucking ass, brother. Thank you. God bless you. Hallelujah. Up in this piece. Y'all get the likes up, man. I'm glad to see you niggas tonight. I really am. Almost glad to see you every day, but not every day. But we're gonna go back to this. Let's talk about when you go to the Centaurus or Quattro e Quattro. Which one of these did you go to?
I went to 4x4.
4x4, okay, which is Quattro e Quattro. Now, what's different from the 4x4 is different than Centaurus?
BM or I know at Quattro Quattro, you pay at the end.
Okay.
Now, if Kevin Teddy told you that you pay up front at Centauro, then that's probably one of the differences. That's probably maybe the only difference. They're both terminals.
Okay. What's the quality like, man? Because a lot of these brothers, man, have been to look. Somebody says Monte Carlo 4x4. My man Jay Clyde, he know all of these shit. Shout out to Jay Clyde. Let me ask you this, man. What's the difference between the quality of women that you're gonna find at the Quattro versus the little ghetto spot that you go to?
You're definitely gonna find a bigger variety of better looking ones. Like the ones at the ghetto spot, they look good. Like you're gonna find some 7s and 8s. But when you go to the Terma, like at least the top ones, you're gonna definitely see better quality across the board. It's kind of like in TJ where like the girls outside on the wall for that $15 deal.
Okay.
They're gonna look good. You can get a 6, 7, or 8 at the best. But when you go into the bars, you're gonna get that lowrider magazine model status.
Yeah. Let me
So like,
ask you this. Because some of the brothers like me, right? I know Brazil has, a lot of the kind of like, I don't know, white looking type of chicks, Mexican type of chicks. You know me, I'm more into like real, like, darker black chicks with the kind of big booty. That's kind of the only kind of chicks I really date. I've seen some really beautiful Brazilian women, man, that were like not as dark, but I'm not really into the like mulatto. I mean, I guess I could be, but what about the
you
brothers,
wouldn't date
man,
them,
that are
or
looking
what you would?
for like Charles Tyler? He like more the black looking women, and so do I. What about brothers who like more the black looking Brazilian chicks and they want to do their thing, get they trick on with them?
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of them, and yeah, when you go to VM, you will see a lot of the darker ones.
Oh, wait, on which one? Did you see more darker skinned ones in the ghetto spot, or did you see more black darker ones
Yeah,
in the 4x4?
in the ghetto spot, because that makes sense because the upper scale one is going to have more of the more put together superficial chicks that have the money to pay for all the enhancements and all of that shit. I guess since the poverty is like real bad with black people there,
Okay.
you're gonna see more of the darker poor girls in the ghetto spot. You might see a few here and there at the terminus, but it ain't. It's gonna be. You're gonna see more of the lighter complected women that you can get in Brazil
Okay.
at the terminus versus at the favela or VM.
Let me ask you this, man. Because as far as this enhancement, right? I'm the kind of dude, I don't really like the fake titty thing, fake
Uh-huh.
booty thing. It's not really my thing. I mean, I know some brothers are indifferent. I gotta do a show on that. How do black men feel about fake breasts? Okay, we can do that. We got fake breath stuff like that. We're going enhancements. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know some brothers don't care about the weaves and stuff like that, or fake breasts or fake, but I know in Colombia, I heard it's a big popular thing. Is that a popular thing? And in Brazil, where you see a lot of the fake booties, fake breasts, fake stuff like that.
The women that feel they gotta compete, yes, you're gonna see a lot of that. Why? There's a higher shortage of men in Brazil,
Okay.
so that forces a lot of women to do that shit, to go and get them enhancements, make them feel like they gotta do it to compete to get the men. So the competition is really fierce with women competing for men. And then another thing, when they're in the sex work and all of that, and make their own money, making means to an end. That's another reason they do it.
Okay.
But not all of them do it though. You'll find there's as many natural bodies in the place as there are enhanced. So you're gonna find not just the enhanced better looking women, but you're gonna find the natural better looking women too.
Okay. All right. All right. So, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to figure out here is you told me because we talked a little bit last night because you reached out to me, and anybody that reaches out to me for a show, man, I kind of grill them a little bit. Not that I'm being mean, but I gotta grill anybody I bring to the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Because the brothers have really trusted me, with their time and with me bringing on guests, and I just don't want to bring on nobody that's a fraud or anything like that. But you told me, like, if you can't really speak Portuguese or you don't really know the basics, you're kind of limited to just tricking because you can't really go out and really holler or really say anything to a woman or something like that because they probably don't speak English. Did you actually try to get out there and talk to females that wasn't in that lifestyle while you were in Brazil?
Yeah, we stopped by a regular nightclub. Me, Kev, Jay, I think Kadario went to, and it wasn't easy. The only one that was able to get the attention he wanted was Jay International because he knew fluently. So from looking at that, I'm like, well, I know what I'm gonna spend my money, my time and money on when it comes to women out here until I know some good Portuguese.
Okay. Okay. So for the dudes that do know the Portuguese, man, can is it Brazil? Is Rio a place that you can really come up on some bad ones by just getting your holler on?
Yeah, I would recommend checking out a Simba school or a mall. Those are good places for meeting women in Brazil. It beats a nightclub. A nightclub, it's gonna suck, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Brazilian men started being jerks at the nightclub, and that messed it up. That messed everything up. So they're gonna at the nightclubs. The Brazilian chicks and their homegirls are gonna be on that cockblock shit like they are in the States. So like, I recommend avoid clubs unless you already have something set up with the chick to meet at a club. That's the only time I would recommend going to a nightclub. If you rolling solo, good luck.
Solo, okay. Shout out to my man Uncle High Def, man. That's my big light-skinned cousin, man. Good to see all you brothers in here, man, today. Shout out to Jay Clyde 81. He didn't been there because he dropped us some information. Guys, give me the likes up real quick on the video. Let me ask you something, man, because I know you were living at a hostel, right? I heard that some places for those brothers want to go to Brazil, like obviously you living in the hostel, you can't bring the chicks back to the hostel, right?
Right. So that falls in line with doing the pay for play on that first trip. Now the second trip I went down there, I got an apartment, so I was able to bring a chick up to the apartment.
Okay, because I've heard that even some hotels don't allow you to bring some people, but you had an apartment. Now, did you get an apartment through Airbnb or how did you do that?
I went through Booking.com because you could find apartments for rent over there.
Okay.
Off of Booking.com.
Okay.
I was paying about $60 a day. Okay. On that second trip I went.
Okay. So when you're bringing chicks to the room, like how did you? So were you bringing chicks to your apartment this time, or you were just still going to the shady spots and doing your thing?
When I first arrived on the second trip, I went to the shady spot after being, after all that jet lag. It was like 2 days, 2-day flight with delays. So like I was exhausted. I needed something to make me feel better as soon as I got there. So as soon as I got the room situated, I went to be in.
Okay. You went there. Now let's talk about bringing a chick back to your place because obviously you really don't know her. I know the first time you went, you didn't know anybody, but did you pipeline? Like we got to talk about pipelining, right? For you brothers that want to go to a new place, Like, you know, when you go to a place the first time, you might not know anybody, but we want to talk about pipelining and the art of pipelining that is set up, you know, at least where you can have at least somebody waiting on you when you get there. But let's talk about that. What do you know as pipelining to be, Aaron?
That's basically having something set up with a chick. Like it could be Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all talk for a while, and then y'all have plans to meet and hang out and all of that stuff when you get to her country. And you probably she could be a tour guide, or you could just set it up as something like somebody you could date or smash
Okay.
while you're there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you at least need, you know, at least one person. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, otherwise
Exactly.
that could be a boring trip, bro. So you need one or two people. So let me do this. So the first time you didn't pipeline, but the second time, did you have a little pipelining roster set up, something like that?
Yeah. I pipelined with one chick. That was pretty much all I needed because I had already knew all the touristy spots from being there the first time. So I just pipelined for something to smash without being outside of where I'm sleeping at.
Okay. All right. Shout out to my boy Rain Knights. Just hit me with the $5 on the PayPal.
That's pretty much all.
Okay, hold on a second.
And
You there? Okay. Let me just take an intermission, guys. Shout out to Aaron. Brothers, for those people, like I said, I'll make an announcement. My main channel, I took all the content off. So the game I want to kick on YouTube, a lot of the stuff, man, they hating on that right now, guys. So, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, what'd you say? Yeah, boy, that's some slow ass
hello.
internet. Yeah, that internet is negative 5 megabits per second, dog. Um, so hold on 1 second, Aaron. Let me just do this, guys. So guys, I will be doing my daily kind of uncut shit, back kind of like classic O'Shea shit, only on Patreon. So you know what I mean. Right now, man, we can't. You know what I'm saying? Can't say really anything now, man, like it used to be. So for those people who want that uncut shit, like the Brother Pill might have to move to Patreon. All of the controversial stuff got to move to Patreon, man. Almost everything. The stuff that we, you know what I mean, trying to do before, man, like even little things you can't really say anymore. So, you know, we're trying to do as much stuff that we can do on YouTube, man. But unfortunately, you know what I mean, a lot of shit is gonna go to Patreon. I'll be talking about that, you know, soon. So I just want to let everybody know that for those people on Patreon, thank you for the support. I just seen another brother just joined up. And then let me shout that brother out real quick. The brother, just want to say this brother's name was Brother Tim. Sign up for $5 a month on Patreon. So, brothers, if you want to get the exclusive stuff we're going to be doing, shout out to Rain again. We're on Patreon for $5 a month. You get content from me, Donovan Sharp, Rom, Solo TV84. The Brother Pill podcast is probably going to move to Patreon. We won't be able to do a lot of this shit on YouTube anymore, man. So I take off all of my content off of my main YouTube channel. It will be on Patreon. All right. So if you want to get that stuff, sign up, patreon.com/negromanosphere.com. If not, okay, you know, I ain't gonna be mad at you. It's just what it is. So let me do this real quick, man. I want to kind of go over some of the stuff. Let's go back to Mexico. What's different between negotiating for the, you know, price of the cooch in Brazil versus negotiating the price of the cooch in Tijuana?
Okay, with like the ones that are like on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a gringo price, and then there's a Mexican peso price. The
Okay.
Mexican peso price is always cheaper. So here's what you do. Here's the trick. She's gonna quote you the price in American dollars first.
Okay.
She's gonna say 20 for her, 5 for the room. That's when you flip the script and say cuánto en pesos. That means how much in pesos. She's gonna say something like 280. which means 280 pesos. You get a calculator, a currency calculator, who will figure out that translates into about roughly $15 American.
Okay.
So you probably want to have pesos already ready, knowing that now. So then you're paying her 200. She's gonna say 200 for her and 80 for the room. So 200 pesos, that's like 10, 11 bucks.
Okay.
80, the rest is for the room. So yeah, you're paying 15 bucks for the girl in the room.
Okay. Now, as far as you know what I mean, what women like are better, more sensual? Who gives you a better experience between the two women, the Mexican women or the Brazilian women?
Oh, that's a hard one. Bar girls treat me like a king. The girls at 4x4 treat me like a king. The difference between the Brazilian chicks is the Brazilian chicks look a little better. That's it. But the treatment I get from the bar girls and all of that stuff, the girls that like me because in Mexico I'm a novelty. They don't see brothers like me that much, and especially when I know Spanish. That makes me more the it factor down there.
Okay.
That gives you that it factor. So yeah, I gotta say it's a tie.
It's a tie. Okay. Let me ask you
They
this.
both treat you like.
Okay, they both treat you like king. Okay. Shout out to Paulina. Let me ask you this. What is the cost? I know you live right now. Are you in San Diego right now or are you in Mexico?
I'm in San Diego taking a break from work to do this right now.
Okay. Oh damn, man. I don't want you to get fired or nothing.
Nah, I'm my own boss.
Oh, okay.
I work my own hours. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's why you can come on here and talk about tricking and not get fired. So
Exactly.
but let me ask you this, man. You actually live in Tijuana, right?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me, do you need like a visa process, man, to live in Tijuana, Mexico, man? What's the process of you getting into Mexico long term?
Yeah, you just need your passport. Anything other than that to make your commute faster, like say skipping the line, getting out, would be the Century card. Yeah, the Century card is about $100 something. It's good for 5 years. But when you have it and that line is real long walking out to get back to the States for work, you can skip that line with a Century card. With just the passport, you're good, but you gotta wait in that line.
Okay.
If one forms and gets long. So it's relatively easy.
All right, take me through some costs of living, man. Like, let's say I want to move to Tijuana. Let's say I'm a brother living on the West Coast. I work in California, but I live in Tijuana like you. How much am I looking for? Let's say, a nice. I don't know what. Let's do it like this. Let's start with internet connection, right?
Bedroom.
Yeah, let's start with bedroom internet connection because people like high speed internet. They like the the Netflix and shit like that. How much am I paying per month for in a good place, right? A place that that's kind of comparable to the United States, not no slum shit, but nice community, security. You know what I'm saying? Nice streets, shit like that. What am I looking for?
What you're looking for, you're probably looking for something in probably Santa Fe, kind of like where Gang lives. Gang is in Santa Fe. He has a 2-story townhouse in a gated community there. He pays about I think $450 a month. 2-story house.
Damn. Okay.
I think it's 3 rooms.
3 rooms.
Yeah, I believe it's two or three bedroom, something like that. Because I know a 2-bedroom is about 400 or less. Two bedroom, 1 bath down there. The average of the newly built is on average 400 a month.
Okay.
You can't find that in California no more.
I mean, how could you find? I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you want to get these prices on, like, I'm looking online right now. That's like much more expensive. I know you have to know somebody. How do you find these good deals on housing in Tijuana? Who do you go through?
There's a group on Facebook where they post their ads, and they got the cheaper stuff. They got a lot of the cheaper stuff that ain't gonna be like you're probably finding the stuff where they're trying to price gouge. I found a source they're giving you the real price, and so you're getting it at the real cheap Mexican price.
Okay.
Not no BS.
Not no BS. All right. Ain't not no BS. Let me shout out to my boy Charles, just joined on Patreon for $5, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all. The more Patreon support we get, the more we can not deal with YouTube as much, man. YouTube trying to get us up out of this motherfucker, man. We trying to keep this shit on here, man, but they ain't having it. We need to make some Disney content. So shout out to you brothers joining on Patreon, man. I really fucking appreciate that shit. All right. Let me ask you this, man, because take me through some stuff like stop the show. TJ, where's all the videos on the main channel, bro? I had to take all the shit down, dog. I had to take it down, otherwise they was gonna shut that channel down. I was getting almost every video flag, bro. So I had to take all the content down, man. They out to get your boy on that channel, man. So I gotta put all of that on Patreon. Or what I'm gonna do is this, guys. I am gonna come out with a new Facebook group, and then I'm gonna start streaming on the Facebook group, start doing shows there. So we're gonna come out with another way, man, for you guys to access the content. But most likely, all of my controversial shit is going to be on Patreon, man. So I mean, because there's no sense to make a channel of 50,000 subscribers and you just risking to be lost. So shout out to my man that's signed up on Patreon. Need to see more of y'all on Patreon, right? Because we pay for the website through Patreon. We do all the good shit through Patreon. So I'll put it here in the description, patreon.com/Negro Manosphere, because the niggas is hating on your boy. All right. Let me just do this real quick, man. If I want to get electricity, water, gas, and shit like that, how much am I paying in Tijuana?
For the water and electricity, probably paying about $20 a month.
Say that again.
$20 a month. 20 to 30 a month. 30 at the most.
Okay. $30 a month. Okay, what about internet? Because I don't even know, the internet is a big deal for me. Can I get internet very fast?
Yeah, they got fast. They got some pretty good high-speed internet in Mexico. Probably another $20-$30 a month.
People keep saying that Tijuana is dangerous, man. It's so dangerous. It's so dangerous and shit like that, right? Thank you, Paulina, baby. I'm gonna rub on your ankle. She said, I love your channel. It's so informative. I try to do it, man, but these niggas don't appreciate me. All they do is send me empty boxes of church's chicken. Listen, I want to ask you this, fam. People always talking about Mexico dangerous. You're gonna get kidnapped. The drug cartel is there. Jorge Santos gonna take your black ass away and sell all your body parts and shit. They gonna rip your intestines out like a motherfucker. They gonna sell your shit, rip your gums out, nigga, you dead. What do you gotta say to people, man? They talk about Tijuana, they scared to go to Mexico. What you say about that?
First of all, they ain't gonna kidnap niggas. They know we ain't got that much money. We ain't got enough money to trick. What the fuck they gonna ransom your black ass for, nigga? You live in the Jordan projects. What you want? What they gonna call your mama? Hey, we got your son ransom. We want some money, eh?
Oh shit!
I ain't got no money, so you keep it, nigga. All I got is EBT, nigga. I can get y'all some free food. the cartel be like, man, just let this nigga man go, man. Him and his people ain't got no motherfucking money.
So he said, man, we ain't got. So I mean, let me take this though, right? Because a lot of people like, okay, you make a good point. I'm in Poland, right? And when they see me, like, they don't think like, you know, we have any money. You're like the white people, they kind of think like, oh, you're here from Africa or some shit like that. You know, and when you tell them like, you know, I'm from the United States, they're like, no, you're from Africa. Maybe you moved to the United States, but you're from Africa. I'm like, no, I was born in America. My mom was born in America. My mom's mom was born in America. My mom. No. You're living in Africa. So I want to know, like Mexico, when you tell somebody you're from America, do they understand like, yo, it's a lot of blacks in America, or do they think you're from someplace else?
They understand. However, in TJ, there's like 20,000 Haitians.
I heard
Haitians
about
are
that
20,000 deep in TJ. Yeah. So like they have their own businesses there. So like the thing is, they speak French or they do know some Spanish. So like once they realize you speak English, they can differentiate you from an American black dude who speaks English and probably does know some Spanish from one that's Haitian and speaks French and Spanish or just plain French only.
Yeah, because they speak both, right? The Haitians speak both because they're by the Dominican Republic, so they speak
Some of
Spanish
them,
too, right?
yeah, some of them do. The ones that live near the border of the DR, yeah, they'll speak both. But then there's some from other parts of Haiti. They won't really know Spanish that much. They'll just know the French Creole language.
Okay.
In fact, I met at a hotel in Zona Norte. I met a Haitian dude who knows 5 languages, and he actually got a. He actually was living in Brazil for a while. He was married to a Brazilian chick, a white blonde Brazilian chick. He was saying that the pale blonde Brazilian women love black men, and it's like that in Mexico too. The most vanilla Mexicanas like the darker men. They're the ones most interested in the chocolate.
Okay. And my boy CG3 says, I'm curious to know where Aaron is from. He sounds like he is around my way, so I'm curious. You are from LA, right, Aaron?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, he's from LA. I'm originally from LA. Many of y'all don't know. I live in Sacramento. I spent half my life in LA County. I was born in Linwood, California. You know what I'm saying? So at St. Francis motherfucking hospital, April 19th, 1981, I started terrorizing motherfuckers. I'm still looking for the nigga that smacked my ass. Dr. Lucky, if you're there, you're out there. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the LA County niggas. I'm one of them. So you know what I'm saying? But let me ask you this though, fam. The Haitians who are in Tijuana, they have been causing problems from what I've heard. That there have been some problems being caused. Do you sometimes, because I know in Dominican Republic, like a lot of times some blacks get mistaken from being Haitian, African American black, it can happen. Do you get at some point, you know, people thinking that you are Haitian, or can they tell that you're not Haitian?
They can tell that I'm not Haitian by like the way you dress it. They see that LA Dodger fitted. They know this nigga is not from no damn Hades. So it's like they know by the clothing that it's plus I don't look like Haitianist. Because I'm not 100% black. I'm mixed myself. I'm mixed with Mexican and Choctaw Native American Indian. So they can tell by looking at me like, is he a black person that speaks Spanish from Acapulco or somewhere else in Mexico where there's a lot of Afro Mexicans, or is he a black American? Because he's rocking the American clothes.
Let me do this. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your part, brother.
So yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory when they see me.
Okay. All right, let me just do this. And shout out to my man out of Britain, Black African Power Network, man, going through your old videos, man, learn, keep a lot, man. Thank you so much, brother. I hate to keep, I have my other classics, man, 1,300 videos down off my channel, man. I got some classes, over 25 million channel views, man, all of there. I had, like, the channel views y'all saw was only like 5 or 6 million. I only have 554 videos up, but I actually got like 1,300 videos with about 20 million channel views on that video. And I had some heat on their ass on there, but unfortunately, I couldn't keep the motherfuckers up. So, guys, we'll be on Patreon with that shit. I thank you guys so much. Shout out to my boy Aaron. He just joined up on Patreon for the $5 a month. All right. And then let me go back to the Brazilian thing, man. You went to the favelas, okay? And for many people that don't know about the favelas, in Brazil, there's even more slaves that went to Brazil than even America. It's like almost 10 or 11 times the amount. And the slaves, because they were not getting any help from the Brazilian government, they had to build their own communities out of nothing in these places called favelas. And then the favelas in Brazil are known as to be like very, very dangerous, kind of like the projects and shit like that. But there are a lot of creative people there. Let's talk about the favelas, man. And you actually had a chance to go there. How was the favela experience for you being in Brazil?
When I went to the favela, it was with Charles and a couple other guys in a group during the second trip, and we were trying to go to a ballet funk party, but it doesn't really pop. So one thing about favelas is the cab. When you go in a cab, they're not going to take you all the way into the favela. What you got to do is you got to get the fuck out the cab, and you got to wait to go rest the way up this big ass hill.
Okay.
It's a big ass hill on a motorcycle.
Okay.
Dudes taking you up the hill on a motorcycle. If you're afraid of heights, you ain't gonna like that shit.
Okay.
But yeah, the girls that were in the area, they were pretty down to earth. But it was like at the ballet funk show that we were trying to be at, they seemed like a little too freaking young. So like we ended up leaving. We didn't stay that long.
Okay. So let me ask you about like the people in the favelas. Did you see a lot of black people there, or?
Let me see. It was late at night, but yeah, I saw a lot of black people there, and I saw a lot of the black people, and I saw a lot of the indigenous, the more indigenous brown people there.
Okay, some of the more indigenous brown people. Okay, so let me talk to you, about the meeting Charles Tyler, right? Now, before we do that, did you actually buy some ass in the favelas?
No, I didn't get to buy anything there.
Okay. Did you? But let's talk about meeting Charles Tyler, man, the late great Charles Tyler, who was my friend, but I never got a chance to meet him. And I named my Writer of the Year award, my Black YouTuber of the Year award, in his honor. He died in November. How was it, man, to meet Charles Tyler, a guy who inspired a lot of people in Black YouTube? How was it?
Oh man, he was very down to earth, very cool person. I looked at him like an uncle. He was sort of like an uncle to me, and he touched a lot of brothers like that. He was man.
How much time did you get to spend with him?
I kicked it with him a lot over there at Nabs and Copacabana, like almost every day of the trip.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, me and him talked about a lot. He talked a lot about living in Philly, and I told him a lot about the differences between what I have experienced in Brazil and the variations to the experiences to Mexico, and how similar they are, but both being part of Latin America.
Okay. Now let me talk to you about now let's talk to you about the current state of the United States, man. Like, do you see yourself living outside of the country or just staying in? Like, what's your plan for the USA? Like, will you ever
I'm
go
gonna
back? Or?
eventually full time. No, maybe part time in the near future. Yes, but full time, hell no. It's not worth it, especially in California. No, it's not worth it.
Why do you think it's not? Why do you think it's not worth it?
I don't see it getting any better. That's just my opinion on it. I don't see it getting any better. And the American Empire is about. I don't think the dollar has a decade.
What other things? I'm sorry. What other things are you doing to earn money, like out there and overseas? What's making you so mobile to be able to make these moves, man?
For one, I'm doing cryptocurrencies. There ain't no limitations on that. That's decentralized cryptocurrencies. And then the other is I run my own business doing tour guides in Mexico. It's called Black Baja Tours.
Okay.
In fact, I got a business page on Facebook. If anybody wants to look that up, Black Baja Tours. And I do tours if you just want to experience Tijuana, Mexico, and Rosarito Beach. I charge about $60 a person for like if you're planning to stay out there for several days, like 2-3 days or whatever, to experience both. I'll charge a little bit more if the person wants to also experience Ensenada, which is further on down the road, which has some touristy sites as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I do that in cryptocurrencies.
Cryptocurrencies. Okay. What we'll do, man, is for those people that we just give me your link after the show, we'll post it. So guys, if you want to get, a tour with my man right here, we're definitely gonna basically hook you guys up with that. Now let me just do this real quick, guys. My third channel, O'Shea Duke Jackson, is my newest channel. I will be live streaming over there with another brother about Haitians versus African Americans, and that is O'Shea Duke Jackson 2. I have 526 subscribers. So let me just do this real quick for those people that's watching right now. Everybody go into the comment section and subscribe to this new channel, right? Because I will be going live in about 45 minutes to an hour with another brother over there. So I need everybody to convert on the link. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and click that link, hit the bell for your boy, because we're gonna be over there just having a good time. No, there's no super chat enabled over there, but I don't give a fuck. We're gonna be over there anyway, just rocking it. So come over there and join over there with me. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is like the video. We'll just be over there and just get the likes up over there on the video. We'll have a really good discussion. get the shares up and all that shit. So O'Shea Jackson 2 channel, that's gonna be the new one I'm gonna be operating off of, brothers. So I guess, man, you know, I don't really have anything else to say besides the fact that, I mean, I know it's a little loud, but we'll do it again, man. We're like, it's less loud. And you know, we'll definitely work with you, man. And thank you for reaching out to me. I know I gave you a hard fucking time, bro. But you know, I did. I was like, nigga, who the fuck are you, nigga? What time? I don't know you. Yeah. But typically, I don't work with people who are not necessarily, you know, mostly I work with YouTubers, man. I know it's a lot of noise in the back, nigga. I know it's a lot of noise in the back, but you know, guys, thank you so much, brothers. We try to get you the information we can. And you guys want to hook up with Aaron, I'll have his information. Aaron, make sure you put that into the link. For those that want to schedule a tour of Black Baja Tours, the pricing is really good, man. $60 for Rosarito and Tijuana, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's a good deal. So, brothers, put your information there. We'll link it in the description. And anything else you want to tell anybody, man?
That's about it.
All right, man. So, like I said, thank you guys, man, for the support. We will be online, man, with my brother Art Banaka. He's actually married to a Polish woman. He's Haitian, and we're going to talk about Haitians versus African Americans tonight. It's going to be a fun stream. Come through, kick it. We're just going to be doing like the old school days. No super chat enabled over there, so just bring your motherfucking ass and have fun. All right, bro. Thank you for joining me today, man, on the stream, man. I really fucking appreciate you, man. We're gonna definitely do it again.
Cool.
Peace.